So we're here with Mike Davis, a new trustee from Southern Nevada, and one of the few two-time past champions of the Pacific Coast Amateur. How many times did you play in this event?
Played the first four.
And you won in your third and fourth attempt.
Correct.
69 and 70. 69 was where?
It was at Lakeside Country Club in North Hollywood, California, LA area.
And then the second time was up here in British Columbia at Marine Drive.
Correct.
So what was your experience in playing in this championship?
Well, I was a little involved in the beginning, in the negotiations and the start of it. I was good friends with Carl Ernie Johnson, who founded Sahalee, and were kind of driving factors behind it, plus Dale Johnson at the Oregon Golf Association. So it was, really nice to have a quality, top-class event on the West Coast. And up until the Pacific Coast Amateur, we didn't have that.
Now, you started playing in this when you were playing for the University of Oregon?
That's correct.
And what was your NCAA career like?
Fair. We had, I played in it 2 years, once as an individual and once with the team, my last 2 years in 67 and 68. And it was fair. I actually didn't get serious about golf until I got in college. I played some, but I played 4 other sports all through high school and was, spreading my time thin, so I didn't develop as a player until really my senior year in college, which was the summer of the first year they had the tournament. And I played well in that tournament, and then after college is when I developed my game and got a lot better.
Now, like a lot of young players, you have that dream of playing on the PGA Tour, and you weren't able to tell anyone at the time, but not long after this event, you did turn professional.
Correct. The USGA had a rule at that time that if you said you were going to turn pro, they did it for you. You couldn't say you were going to. They didn't like that, so I had to keep it secret. But I won the tournament in 1970, and it had been a year and a half after college, and felt like I was 23 years old at the time, and felt like I needed to make a move then. So a week after the tournament in 1970 in British Columbia, I turned professional.
Okay, so when it came time to be professional, you were trying to live the dream, but injury kind of plagued your future.
I had a couple of bad deals. I pulled a muscle at the weekend with the Air Force Reserve, and it bothered me a little bit, and I missed the final stage by 2 shots that year. And the next year I'd broken a finger playing volleyball. I also played competitive volleyball a long time, and it just kind of messed me up. And then so finally, at that time, if you got a PGA membership, you were able to go on the tour. So rather than playing more qualifyings, I just continued to work as a club professional and got my membership in 74 and went on the tour then.
Now you have a long history in Oregon, going to several of the more notable clubs in the Portland area.
Yeah, I grew up at Riverside, won the Oregon Amateur as a member there, worked at Columbia Edgewater for quite a while under both Bunny Mason and Jerry Molds. Was general manager at Progress Downs, now Red Tail. Worked at Waverly Country Club for quite a while in the 70s. Got to know Peter and David Jacobson well while I was there. Introduced Peter to my sister, who he's been married to for almost 40 years. And then was head pro at Oswego Lake Country Club.
Now, was it, Jerry Molds is a well-regarded teacher. Is that who kind of got you interested in going that route?
I would say so. Yeah, Jerry and Eddie Hogan, who was the head pro at Riverside. Jerry was an assistant. Both worked with me a lot and were good friends. Eddie drowned in, I believe, 1968, and Jerry has been a close friend ever since.
So now you've been teaching for quite some time. You eventually chose to relocate down into Southern Nevada, where you're the director of instruction for Walters Golf.
Correct. I got into full-time teaching in the early 90s and ran a golf school in Central Oregon and worked out of Portland the rest of the year. And my son Brian, who's a very good player, Oregon junior champion, went to UNLV to play, and an opportunity presented itself down there, and I took it. I've been down there 14 years.
And you're a highly regarded instructor yourself. You're a Golf 100 teacher.
Yeah, that was a nice honor. I got that about 8 years ago. To be in the top 100 it's really nice. I mean, it just shows that the hard work pays off.
And so now you're back. You're a trustee for the Southern Nevada Golf Association, and you're starting to give back to the game in a different way. What's it like to be back in the fold of the Pacific Coast Golf Association?
Different. I feel like a rookie. I mean, it's the first time I've ever really been an official. I've run tournaments before, club tournaments, but to be at this level and be doing things for the Pacific Coast is gratifying, and it's a little scary at times. There's stuff I have to remember.
Now you're still obviously a PGA professional, but now you're kind of getting immersed back into the ranks of amateur golf.
Yeah.
What kind of goals and aspirations do you have in this part of your career?
Well, my job is still very good, and I really enjoy it, and it's reasonably seasonal. I've got some breaks, especially in the summertime in Vegas. I don't have a huge demand when the temperature gets over 110. So this makes it a great time to take some trips, get back to the game, and get involved again at the amateur level.
Well, we thank you for all of your time and devotion.